Right then, let's butterfly this leg of lamb for the barbecue. Dead simple. You'll need a sharp knife to split the bone and open the leg flat for even cooking on the coals. I'm using a 6-inch Victorinox half flex, which means there's a little bit of bend in the blade, which is perfect for getting around fiddly bones. Speaking of which, I'm going to start with the H bone. That's spelled A-I-T-C-H. It's basically the hip bone or part of the pelvis, basically half the pelvis of the lamb. Fiddly little bone, but we're just going to use just the tip of the knife, pull at it with our hands to create a bit of space, and it won't be long coming out. The trick is making clean cuts right down to the bone. This lets you flatten it out properly with no fiddly bits. I like to start by removing the shank bone. Carefully slice along the bone, pressing firmly but gently with just the tip of the knife. No rushing here. I'm then going to follow down along the bone until I hit the joint. And then once I hit the joint, I'm going to slice in, and that should fold over that leg perfectly so I can separate that bone from the rest of the bone. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a little bit of a trim here as I go of any bits that I'm noticing as I go along before I cut into it. There we go. Then just smooth strokes in. We don't want to have a load of little bitty cuts because that's going to ruin the cooking surface. And then again, just gently tip of the knife, slow and steady down alongside the bone until we can get under that bone, get my fingers in there to create a bit of space, get up there, cut down along, again smooth strokes, and remove that bone, and that'll go for somebody's dog, and they'll be only too delighted. Now, a big reason why I love butterflying is I get access to this little gland in here that I can remove. It's encased in fat, but if you butterfly it right, you get perfect access to it. I'm just going to cut into it and show it to you. Again, it's not going to cause you any harm, but it's just going to taint the meat a little bit in terms of flavor. So finally what we're going to do is just tidy up some of the rougher bits that might be a little bit tough or chewy, and then they're perfectly butterflied and ready for a quick marinade on the flames.